The reason that I bought into the Sony is because it's an overall system. But is it still a good system to be in? Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome back to the channel. So I want to talk a little bit about the very last video I did. It was on, I don't know, I was messing around out in my yard, cooking some barbecue, stuff like that. And I did the talking head part of that video in my barn, and every second of it, I was having just a difficult time getting that accomplished. The first time was overexposed and out of focus. The second time was, I was like, well, maybe I messed something up. So I went back, I checked some settings, went back out, did it again. I got it exposed correctly, but it was still out of focus. I was like, man, what is going on here? So I took it back, my camera back inside, looked around some more. I was like, man, I have everything right. What is going on? I did it for a third time. Thought I had everything set. When I was sitting there doing the video, I mean, I had my monitor up on top. I saw, you know what, today I want to hook up my monitor and put it on top of the camera, and I could see it clear as day, and the camera was locked straight onto my eye. Everything looked awesome. And I was like, what is going on here? You know, I did the whole video. It was all out of focus for the third time. Come to find out, it was absolutely the lens. It was the lens. They don't even sell the Mackie 35 f2 for L mount anymore. It's not even for sale on their website or on Amazon at all. I put it on my camera and started just doing some autofocus tests just with photos. And it would not focus at all. Now I can still use the lens in manual focus. As far as like doing any kind of autofocus, I mean, like the motors are dead when I hook it up to the S1 II. But then I got to thinking, you know, now I want a prime lens for my S1 Mark II. In general, I just want one zoom lens and a prime lens. I think that's what everybody should start off with. So I started looking around at some of the prices, and man, I just don't know if I want to spend that much money. I just don't know if it's just what I really want to do or not. So it got to me thinking like about the whole ecosystem that I'm currently in. Sony, for instance, it's a whole system. You buy a Sony camera, just say an A7 IV, for instance, and you buy just a general kit lens for it, or like a 20 to 70 f4. Let's just say you buy that lens, and you're going along and you're shooting stuff around town and blah blah blah. You're using the camera, you like the camera, you want to go on vacation, and you don't want to carry this massive camera around. So what do? You can buy like a A7C A7C2 or an A7CR, or if you don't mind the extra crop, you can buy an APS-C camera. So now you have a professional camera, a general use professional camera, and you have a travel camera. Well, what if later on I want to do some sports shooting, or you know, need something with higher megapixels? I want to do some landscapes or something like that. I can get the A7R5. Use the same lens on there. So now I have 3 different cameras, all for a different purpose. I know everybody likes to rag on Sony for that, but it's just the whole system. And then maybe later on you want to start doing content creation, and you start taking video a little bit more serious. You can jump right into the FX3. If you've never used the FX3, FX30 body specifically for video, I mean, it is like built for video. Like, not only does it have a fan, it's not going to overheat, but all the buttons and the layout and everything is just straight up built for video, as opposed to using a hybrid camera like this S1 II here. It's a hybrid camera, you know, so you have to kind of adjust. Everything is not exactly where it needs to be for video. Sony is more of a system, and that's kind of what I've bought into over the years, is not so much Sony as like the greatest cameras in the world, but Sony as a system. Panasonic has gotten close to that. Like say you have the S1 II, great, it's a great general camera. You have the S1R, it's a great high megapixel camera, great. I mean, it's good high megapixel camera. They have a travel camera, the S9, but the S9 is just lacking so much. It's too bad that they didn't just come out with a proper S9 with a viewfinder and a mechanical shutter and hot shoe. And if they would have just came out with the same build quality as the A7C II in the S9, they'd have been in business there. But I guess for cost or whatever, they decided to kind of cheap out on it, or make it, you know, less expensive to try to get people into the system. And it just turned out I was just kind of like, I don't know about this camera. And then if they come out with a S1H2, they would have a high, awesome video camera. So they're getting closer. Panasonic is getting closer to a well-rounded system. They just need a few more cameras to fill in to make it a system. Canon doesn't do that. All they have is like mirrorless cameras and those the pro style body, and then they have some cinema cameras that can use the same lenses and everything. They just don't have that small travel, perfect size travel camera. Nikon is trying to is working that way. I mean, they are working that way. They have that retro camera, the ZF or whatever it is, and they have the Z6 and Z6 III, and they have the Z8, Z9, and then now they're starting to break into the cinema camera world. So they're starting to develop a system. The good thing about Nikon is if you're a Sony shooter, and I think that's what's made the ZR so popular, is that you can adapt Sony glass on them there. So guys like me who are looking, possibly to jump ship from Sony, you don't have to, offload all your lenses to use their cameras. So say you get that ZR, you can just put the Megadap adapter on there, use your Sony lenses, and not be out a bazillion damn dollars. Nikon, they're making a push. They're making a push. And the thing that worries me more about Sony is it's the system, and that's what I bought into over the years, but their cameras are getting to the point where they're just going to be completely overpriced and not affordable if you want to do any kind of an upgrade. And if you just kind of look at their pricing structure right now, that A7 V, when it comes out, I'm guaranteeing you that camera is not going to be any less than $3,500. There's no possible way. They can't bring anything out less than that. And I just don't think the features are going to be there at all as compared to the S1 II or maybe the Z6 III or cameras like that, the new R6 III or whatever. A7 V is not going to match those specs. I just have a sneaky suspicion, and it's going to be $3,500. It has to be $3,500. They bring out the FX4 or whatever they want to call it. That puppy's you're looking at $4,500 to $5,000. That's too much. That's too much for the, just people doing simple YouTube videos and stuff like that. Ain't nobody going to pay that. Now you're going to have these people that are cinematographers, video production people, that it's an investment. They'll buy that type of stuff, but just the regular folks, no. No, they're not going to be buying that. And everybody's going to be looking real hard like, yo, I can't afford these Sony cameras anymore. What am I going to get into? It's either going to be Nikon or Panasonic, if you ask me. And that's kind of why I'm sticking around with this S1 II, just to kind of make sure that I just don't hate it. And hoping that Panasonic will come out with a S9 II that is a suitable travel camera. Just kind of a rant this morning for no reason at all other than to check the autofocus. I'm going with two cameras this morning. S1 II and the Fuji. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure you drop a like. Subscribe if you want to see more awesome content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.